like Tammy Lee to me.
I'm with you. When I first heard it, I got the vibe of like Old West, Little House on the Prairie.
Yeah.
Like, Pasha May, you get your butt in here. I told you to milk that cow, and it has not been milked. And then, she gets hit with a ruler.
Pull on them teats.
Yeah. I was just implying it. It's got a little aggressive there. Yeah, I definitely say it as like, like mom's yelling at child, middle name, like Pasha May.
Yeah.
You get in here. Mom, Fortnite.
You've spent some time around my child now. That's what's happened.
I'm just trying to relate to the youth. Dropping hashtags.
Does the youth?
I don't even know. I stopped caring after 30.
Well, yeah, they get their twit on and they hashtag bomb. And is now a bad time to say that I'm 24? No. I'm kidding.
So the sister basically tells Pasha that she has to use her body to serve the creator.
Yeah, because her body's obvious. Even through a novice dress, girl's got curves.
Yeah, she's fucking hot. That's
yeah,
what
I mean,
it said in the book.
that's your opinion.
That's what it said in the book. I read that. I'm pretty
okay,
sure.
fine, I agree.
Word for word, I read it that way. Terry said, basically, she's fucking hot.
Yeah, that's what I read.
She's a dime, top of the line, cute face, little waist, and a big behind, I believe is a direct quote. Wait, no, that's a Mike Jones song. No, and so I have a question here. It's mentioned that Pasha has buttons undone. And I am a man. And I am unfamiliar in this territory. Would unbuttoning a few buttons really cool you down? Because, like, I've worn dress shirts where you can unbutton buttons, or, like, polos, golf shirts. I don't ever notice a difference unbuttoning a few buttons.
I will say you unbutton a few, and it's better than none. Because, like, you have, boobs, like, stick out a little way, so, like, there's like a pocket. But I'm assuming she, like, unbuttons all the way. Like, I envision this dress being fairly open, because you want a healthy breathe. If your tits are sweating, you want a healthy breathe.
So it's, like, I'm picturing 2, you're picturing, like, 4 to 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
She was standing in the window with nobody. Like, if no one could see me, no, they're coming out.
Except one lucky bastard in the woods outside the palace. Like, yeah, you guys seeing this?
Greg, get the fuck over here. Greg, no, shut up, get over here.
Fuck the wagon, get over here, dude, look.
Now, nips are covered, but, like...
Barely.
Yeah, like, she's not really concerned if they are, though, at this point. That's what I'm picturing. Like, she's just happy there's a breeze.
Once you get a nice stuffy August night, and it's like, or I don't know, if you're listening, August, I'm equating to summer, but stuffy summer night, 90, humid. Yeah, I guess, yeah, if you get any kind of breeze, any kind of cool down.
Especially if you're sweaty, because then the sweat gets cold, and then you're like,
Yeah, all right. That was why I brought it up. I was like, I don't know. I've not been in this scenario.
Well, then, I don't know. I'm just saying, women are not the only ones who get boob sweat.
That's fair.
You're lucky if you haven't. That's all I have to say.
Well, I mean, guys do. It's just not our tits.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You know what? If I could undo a few buttons and get a breeze to the undercarriage there, I totally would.
Yeah.
I get it now.
Imagine
I get it.
A little opening down there.
There is that guy in the Harry Potter books that's like, I like a good healthy breeze on my bits, thanks.
Yeah, around my privates.
Fucking love that guy, because I'm like, he's honest as hell. You can trust him.
Yeah. I feel like once you go moo-moo, you don't go back because of that, though. Like, you probably should never wear one, because once you realize how nice it is, you're not going to want to go back.
Yeah, you're probably right.
So... Okay, by the way, we're going to be calling the main lady of this chapter Sod Lady, because that's just the easiest way for us to determine who she is.
SOD, Sister of the Dark,
yeah.
Sod Lady.
Yes.
I'm following.
Yes.
What you're laying down? I'm picking it up.
The Sod.
Yeah,
you mean.
the Sod. Yeah, I'm picking up the Sod, yes. Yeah. Oh, God.
So, she tells Pasha that she has to use her body to guide the wizards that they train, just like her actual gift. It's a gift from God, or the creator, whatever. She tells her not to tell anybody about this conversation, though, because she wouldn't want the nameless one to hear.
Which is weird, and I feel like that's something that absolutely shouldn't fucking happen. If she's a novice, that means she's in training. That means this is her teacher.
Yeah.
So, probably shouldn't be having conversations with a teacher that then you're not allowed to tell anybody else. Historically, that's kind of an issue.
Well, and the other thing is, didn't Lady Sod just get done having a conversation with someone, telling him to shut the fuck up about talking about the Sisters of the Dark and the Nameless One and all that? And now here she is. Hey, you look great. Have you ever heard of the Nameless One? She's just dropping it. Like, I listened to this episode a few times. I don't really remember that getting prompted. Like, it was kind of like, by the way, I mean, that's something that the Nameless One... Like, if she wouldn't have said it, I don't think Pasha would have ever thought about it.
Yeah, it never would have even crossed her mind.
No, she also tells her about the report she quote-unquote saw, where a new one is a full-grown man, and she's seen one where somebody triggered the gift before they got him, and refused the first offer. And, like, also not prompted. This bitch is literally turning the rumor mill by herself at this palace.
She is the rumor mill.
Yeah.
That's her nickname. Yeah. Lady Rumor Mill Sod.
I think she was a hyphenate, and the second name was Sewing Circle.
So, after Lady Rumor Mill Sod assures Pasha that she will help her better understand what the creator wants from her, like, she's going to be personally teaching this woman how to please men, because that's what the creator wants from her. And she will also be putting in a good word for her when the new one comes in. And then she sends her off to go do some chores, because otherwise she's just going to be waiting around.
Now, this is at like 10 o'clock at night, right?
Dusk, later. Yeah, I would think if it's hot enough to where she needs to unbutton, I think we can officially say it's summertime. So, yeah, I'm picturing, like 10 o'clock sunset kind of a thing. Maybe not dark, but getting dark.
So, sorry. So, she's like on her off hours. It's not work hours right now. And Lady Sod shows up. They have this weird talk. And then she's like, hey, you know what you need to do at 10 o'clock at night? More chores.
It definitely felt like a vindictive thing. Like, you're a pretty young thing, and I'm just because I can, I'm gonna make you...
Now, I thought it was, like, you have enough time and enough energy to come up and chill up here. Clearly, you are not working hard enough during the day. So, how about we go work some of this energy out? Like, you go get more chores during the day. And just that, like, cherry on top of, like, hey, I know we were just sister here, gave you some advice, got you some girl power, made you feel good, but I'm your teacher, so go fucking work.
Yeah.
Like, let's not forget that we are not friends. We are teacher-student, and I am the teacher, even though we were just a little buddy-buddy.
By the way, speaking of her being a teacher, this woman is well known. We don't know her name, but, like, everybody in the palace has recognized her so far.
Pretty high up is the assumption.
Yeah, all the cleaning staff, like, bowed out of the way and scurried away, and Pasha immediately was like, oh, I'm so sorry! So...
Well, yeah, the one dude was, like, head to floor, like, bowed, crouched all the way, like, the most respect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, we know that there's people above her, like, they mentioned the prelate in this chapter, but she's definitely one of the topper people. Definitely one of the top people in the palace.
Yeah, no, that sounded right.
Okay. Yeah.
Topper Lady Rumor Mill Sod.
Yeah. Yep. Got it.
She's going to become, like, I think you guys already said this in an earlier chapter, but, like, I feel like she's going to become, like, Daenerys Stormborn. Like, real quick.
With all the titles.
With all the names,
Yeah, Lady Sod's going to get up there real quick.
I think we did that with Richard.
Richard, yeah.
Seeker of Truth, Pebble in the Pond, Fucker of Dragons.
Yep.
You know, I wonder if maybe Pasha, like, we get a show of her skill. They do the little duel thing with the magic, and, like, it seems like she studies well, but maybe, like, she was getting up, wanted a little breeze, and was going to take a trip to the kitchen. Maybe wet her whistle. Like, maybe she was just like, I'm a little thirsty.
Yeah, she's got sidetracked on her way to go get a drink.
Yeah. I mean, I know, like, I'm a little thirsty.
Oh, I am too. My beer's been gone for a minute. How about you, Nate?
Yeah, actually, I'm empty as well. I think that means for a beer break.
Yay!
I'm also excited.
All right. Well, this week we are drinking Bam beer. Is that how you say that? Biere?
Nate,
Bayer? So I don't know. Biere?
I'm assuming it's supposed to be. I'm assuming it's supposed to be pronounced beer. Like, I feel like this is a fun play on accent and other words, but it's Biere, and the first E has an accent over it.
Yeah, I think
that's
beer.
There's probably a proper name for that specific accent. It's just straight across. Like, 'cause I know, like, the squiggly is a tilde in, like, Spanish.
Ooh.
I took Spanish for fucking 6 years. I should have learned something.
I know it. Ampersand was actually and per se and
Yeah.
people got sick of saying all that, so they just made ampersand. And it was also the 27th letter of the alphabet. Knowledge. You're welcome.
I just want beer.
Yeah. No, me too.
Yeah.
So this week we are drinking Bam Beer Farmhouse Ale. It's a tart and tasty balance of malt, hops, and yeast. It's oak aged and can conditioned. It is from the Jolly Pumpkin Artisan Ale. We've been there before. They do a lot of sour beer. That's where Jade and I learned how sour beer is made. With they have it in those big giant beer vats, and then they just open the top and they essentially let it mold like cheese. Then they scrape off the mold, and while that process happens, the beer gets that funky tart vibe to it. And they're quite good. At first, we didn't like them. I really like this beer. It took a second, like all sours do, to grow on.
Yeah, I think I could drink it easier than I could drink an IPA. I don't dislike it as much as I dislike IPA, but this one in particular had a strange vibe.
It was like, I think it was tart, but it was balanced. You didn't get too much of any one thing.
This was like top 5 beer of all time for me.
Really?
Whoa.
Yeah, I love these beers. We were talking about this before we started. Like, I love Gozas. Like, I discovered them for me, like 2 years ago, and now, like, whenever I go anywhere, like, well, not now, but before when I could go to bars and experiment with stuff
In the before time.
Yes, back in the good old days. It became one of the first things I look for. I'm like, what kind of Gozas do they have? And then if I didn't see Goza specifically, I'd be like, okay, give me sours, ciders, stuff like that. It's just something like the fruitiness. I know the can doesn't have much more, it doesn't have any more description than what you just
read
said.
every single bit of it.
Yeah, and you made it sound like there's more. There's like 10 words. Like, it sounded better when you said it, but you read it word for word.
See, yeah, this one, though, it's not technically a Goza, or it doesn't say Goza on the can.
It's a farmhouse ale.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a lot like the Mittens tart wheat, their mango wheat. It's not a Goza, but it has that, like, bite to it.
Oh, yeah. But I thought it was like passion fruit. Like, that was like the flavor profile I was getting. But yeah, I mean, I love these things. So if any of you care, I think if I had to put a ranking to it, I think this would make the top 5.
Oh.
I picked a good beer. I had literally zero idea of what to expect. I knew Jolly Pumpkin did sours, so that's the only reason I knew it was going to be sour. Otherwise, looking at this, you think, oh, artisan ale. Oh, farmhouse ale. Okay, and you wouldn't have thought that.
The only thing that indicates that it's going to be sour is the word tart on the can.
Not just the description. I mean, usually, like, if you get, like, a sour or fruity, like, it's usually, like, colorful.
Yeah.
This is, like, a can is mostly brown. There's a picture of a dog on the front, but, like, it's, like, dark. Like, there's not a lot of color on this. So, like, if you would have just shown me the can real quick, poured it, well, I don't actually, it's in a can, so I don't know what it looked like. But, like, I would have expected a dark beer to come out. And, I would have expected, like, a stout out of a can that looks like this.
Yeah.
So it really took me for a very pleasant surprise when I tasted it. Because I don't even know if we read what it was. I think we did read what it was before the first taste.
Well,
but still, I was still surprised.
Much to know that we weren't going to know
until
we tried it. So we both did. And we were like, Ooh.
Well, I think that we should, whenever we feel comfortable, take a trip to Jolly Pumpkin